Rubik is untouched again. No one's picking Rubik. What is happening?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Here is so good. And it's not like, I can't pick Rubik here. It's always good to have a Rubik position 5 or 4. The heroes just feel so good to play right now.
Yeah. Not in the mid lane, though. Not in the mid lane.
Not the greatest.
Alright.
So you try to...
Oh,
here it is!
No!
Yeah, here it is.
No!
Here it is.
The Nyx assassin.
Oh my god. My
And
worst nightmare.
That's what I was thinking about, because you gotta get something to do with this Batrider. Amber and Crystal Maid, yeah, before Batrider has BKB, maybe you can kill him, but you need something that really can counter Batrider. I think Nyx is the hero. So yeah, I like it a
Imagine
lot.
getting relegated with a Nyx assassin on our team.
That does not feel good.
Sure looks
Does not
just
feel good at all.
Mars Snapfire.
Yeah.
Pretty good combo. I'm gonna pick another support, right?
Yeah, I
Position
think so, yeah.
5 or position 4 for Ravens.
You can try to flex the Mars, so maybe you hide it.
Silencer.
No flex.
Oh, I really like the silencer pick.
I was thinking about the Silencer, but for Infamous instead of Nyx Assassin.
Oh.
But
Yeah, I don't know if you go with CM silencer support duo. Seems kinda meh.
a Lash Shark?
Lash? Okay,
Dude,
so
this
Is this a good Lash game?
I don't think so.
Wait.
I think Raven's pick life stealer game is over.
How is it
they-
mid lane? Lash against Batrider, Sherlock. How do you feel about
Both
it?
farms. Both farms, actually. Both of them farms. Like Batrider can play a little bit more aggressive when he gets like level 5, and he can fortify the crypts and try to, you know, sneak play. But both heroes are decent against each other.
So, what is the real thought process behind bringing this Lash to this game, guys? Because you're gonna remove, you're gonna take Ember Spirit away from mid, and you're gonna put Lash there, and Ember goes where?
Actually, I think it's Lechrak off lane. No?
Oh, it's an
can be.
Oscar
Yeah.
Lash?
You won't have a Ember safe lane, so Ember has to go mid. And you already
You can have a
Nyx
Lash
and-
safe lane.
Yeah, you can. Yes, you can. You have Nyx Assassin. I think Lash Nyx is an okay-ish lane.
Uh-huh.
I mean, like, if you wanna use like a Lash Shark as position 1, and if you don't ban Life Stealer, game is just over.
I don't think it's that
What?
good of
Wow,
a Lash
Lash
game.
is banned for Ravens.
Rivers?
Okay.
What?
They don't want to pick it.
What? What's happening? What do you
There's a
mean ban Life
Slark
Stealer?
still. Is a Slark good here for Infamous?
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, it's pretty decent against Batrider, and
Yeah,
it's
and
fine
now,
against Mars.
Slark
and
or
now
Ursa?
at least you have
Which one?
damage. For Infamous, you say?
Yeah, for
I think
Infamous.
both. I think both are fine. Both don't like to play against Silencer, but that's it. They are fine against all the other heroes. And now Infamous, they're supposed to have damage. The last game they didn't have any damage at all after 30 minutes. So now you have Lashrak, you have that Crystal Maid and that Amber. So even if you pick Slark, because it feels like a Naga in some ways, because Slark takes some time to start dealing damage. So I think it's fine if you go here.
Don't give up, guys. Don't give up.
I like that CK pick because I like that matchup against Lash. If it's a Lash off lane, you play CK Silencer against Lash Nyx. I think it's pretty easy for CK to win that lane.
Can Infamous bring the Oscar Timbersaw here and just do whatever with the Lash?
5 seconds.
No, I don't think
Lash
so.
will show
Batrider, yeah, Batrider is just amazing against Timbersaw.
Yeah, that's
Look
right.
at...
It's a Lash position 1.
It
Or
is a
is
Lash
it
one.
Amber position 1?
Я даже в жизни не мог подумать, что мы сможем увидеть
Tight Hunter,
пятером.
alright, not bad. But I still think Riven has a better draft here.
You think the Tide is enough to deal with the CK?
I think he's good. I mean, he survives the lane and he's a great mid-game hero. So yeah, I think it's okay.
Do you think
Alright,
Tide Hunter is
so-
good against Silencer? Like, I feel Tide Hunter just has such a bad lane against Silencer. If Silencer goes for the Glaives of Wisdom.
Glaives, yeah.
Yeah,
Glaives of
you
Wisdom
have
is
a
just too
point, I
strong.
think. Yeah, I agree. Silencer is pretty good against Tide Hunter. So yeah,
I like
maybe
Raven's
that's a
draft here.
problem.
Who's
Yeah,
winning, guys?
same.
Give me.
I'm going for Ravens.
I mean, everyone is going for Ravens. We're gonna curse.
Oh no, then I'll go with Infamous again. You can go for Ravens, Sherlock.
All right, I'm going for Ravens then.
All right, so we are 2-1 on Ravens against Infamous. Let's see if they can bring this one back. It's our casters, Math and Otomo. Take it away.
Thank you, Guapepe. Taking one for the team, making sure that there's someone left there for Infamous. And I will say, after last game, it was back and forth. I don't think this is technically an out skill through and through, so I think anybody has a chance for this one. But man, a little bit weird seeing that the Broodmother got through and they went for the Snapfire. Do you think there's maybe some mind games like, hey, you know that we want to pick this, but we're just going to wait to see what you dish out instead?
I mean, the BAM covered it right. The Rayli, right? That's her name, Rayli. The Crystal Main does pretty well against the Broodmother in the laning phase, and as well as that they, you have the Ember Spirit who can chase her, so it's not as free as it would have been for Benjaz in game one. One thing that is interesting is that we have two undefeated heroes in the tournament playing, which is the Chaos Knight. He is 2-0 so far, and the Nyx Assassin, who's 1-0. So at the end of this, we'll have one of these heroes will have perfect record. The other one, it's not going to be looking as pretty for them. Overall, Ravens draft is very durable. They have great team fight. Their supports are useful throughout the whole game. I did think that Dismar Snapfire was just a huge part of their success in the previous game, right? He was always getting people out of snowballs, out of bits of deal what he was doing. So I like what they have what they have on Raven's side. For Infamous, the team fight's really good. With the Tide Hunter, Ravage, and of course Nyx Assassin. You're up against 4 heroes who have some sort of AoE damage ability, right? Like whether it's Scatterblast, Arcane Curse, Spear of Mars, a Bull, like the God's Rebuke, the Firefly. Like there's so many ways to proc the Spike Carapace that it's really good for Nyx Assassin game. Overall, though, I do think that Ravens has a little bit better draft, and I do think their damage is going to be scaling a lot better into the late game. We'll find out, though. We've been wrong before.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a little bit weird seeing it first up. We have the Slotsum playing the carry Nyx Assassin. That's something. It's not awful, right? You see it every once in a while. You also have like Nyx Assassin. You were saying like the Snapfire, very very good in this game. Sorry, played very well last game. But Nyx Assassin does very well against the Snapfire hero. In fact, also does somewhat well against the Batrider hero. So I'm surprised, honestly, that they did end up letting that one through to the second phase, knowing that first off, you have someone who plays that well in a hero, right? You want to enable it. So a little surprised there, but also that it already does so well versus your mid pick. So just overall a little bit weird to me. But they're also playing this in the mid lane still, Leshrac versus the Batrider, and Batrider is already having a very nice time. Look at the Leshrac already super low on HP, so it's rough all around maybe.
Yeah, and the panel did say that while both of them will farm, if there's going to be advantages, it's going to go to the Batrider most of the time. As long as you've dodged the split earth, you can just walk into the next Leshrac. You can flame break him back next to you. It's tougher for Slatims than it is for Pepe for sure. Bottom lane though is also going to be very tough for the Crystal Maiden. Like MJZ is
I was just gonna. I see Slotted. He does have a creep wave on him. I'm just wondering where he's going with it. Because at first it looked like he was going into the mid lane. I mean, there's some next level strats. I don't know if they're actually going to end up winning this mid lane on the Leshrac. So I'm just gonna give him a few more creeps. I was very confused because he went very close to the high ground with it.
I was like, I'll just take them on a merry-go-round. Then I'll put them back where they belong, dropping the kids back where they should be. It's like, okay, this is right here, I guess. We could have done that 30 seconds ago. But yeah, bottom lane, I do think it's going to be very hard for MJZ.
Yeah, he's going to have what? I mean, go ahead.
It's like a Sapphire Mars. You cookie into a spear. You have the God's Rebuke. There's just so much damage. Although this Mars taking a few hits, but overall, I do think Raven's going to come out on top in the bottom lane. We'll find out. Yeah, but I say that this much is hanging real low in terms of health. You know, I'm getting nervous here.
Definitely, at least a little bit beefier on the Snapfire, but I like the combo, right? Cookies, Scatter Blast, you got a Spear, right? That's something that we've seen time and time again, which makes that combo so dangerous. But also, like, I don't know, Ember Spirit is one where early on you're not really as elusive, right? You have the Slight to maybe dodge some stuff out, but that's kind of it. So I feel like either of these heroes are really that kill threat.
No, that's true, but I was just thinking because Crystal Maiden, you know, she's always so the fragile one. It's like she's so slow and she got no health. It's like it's almost like she kind of deserves to die a few times. It doesn't feel like Crystal Maiden game. Doesn't die a couple of times later. You're like, there you go, you know. That's sort of like the prerequisite of picking her is that you're okay with dying for a couple of times. So the Benjaz is the one who's taking a lot of damage right now.
Yeah, I mean, I will say for everything that we should see on the Dire lineup, both Snapfire and Mars aren't super armor heavy, right? So that Blightstone, it hurt a bit, you know, whenever you started, especially with this Orb of Corrosion. So maybe the Ember Spirit is going to have a little bit better of a time than we thought just because of that extra harass potential. Plus, you're already going to have the stick charges from the Mars, so you should never really be running out of a ton of mana as the Ember, so you can keep those spams going.
Yeah, but despite the lower health that Benjaz has, he's sitting at right now, he's got more CS. He's doubling the CS that we're seeing coming out from the Tide Hunter, and I feel like that's scarier. You know, like you really want the Tide Hunter to have a good game because, oh well, Benjaz might be getting first blood here though.
I think so. A lot of mangoes were harmed in the production of this kill, but MJZ gets first blood, not on the Disruptor this time, but the Crystal Maiden picking that up.
It does feel like, you know, the Tide Hunter, you're a little bit more cooldown dependent, so you really want to make sure every... Oh, is he going to go for more? Can you get him?
Oh, this is a turnaround maybe? No, okay. Still gets the kill here, Pippi. A nice solo. Do you send the wave under the tower and then just take the hit before the Leshrac shows up?
I wonder if mid laners do that, right? They're like, I'll do my die. It's like, looks like Pippi is fine with just staying alive right now. No, he's not one of those sacrificial players. I like that. You know, he's not willing to kill himself just for that. His KDA matters. You know, he's not doing that.
True.
It's like supports can do that, but it's embarrassing when the mid laner does it. MGZ is staying pretty low, but it's nuts to actually lose his life over.
I mean, this one might be the one that gets turned around, honestly, but a spear kind of just keeping Kataro at bay. And, well, the carry Ember here got that Orb of Corrosion. We've got ourselves a lot of harass in that lane. And on the other side, you do have a big illusion hero, right? Dodd on the CK. So is the Ember to CK matchup good for you in that respect? In my head, it's like, you know, Ember Spirit hates stuns and burst damage and physical damage, but also loves playing against illusions.
I don't know if CK's illusions are the ones that Ember really wants to go up against, right? Because like they, you know, CK will have pretty decent health on them. He's already starting off with 6 armor, so they're not exactly like fragile. He's a strength hero with a lot of health. And the moment that the CK like touches the Ember Spirit, he's dead. And you do have a stun and a move ability, but Dismar, yeah, he's gonna lose his life. That's fine, Dismar. You played so well last game. You're allowed a freebie in this one. But Slab, is he gonna go for more here?
He's just peppering the sticky stacks. You know, Pippi isn't. I don't know, not an easy kill by any means, even with 2 heroes still there. Honestly, a little bit more, and maybe that Flame Break could have done a lot of damage to the Crystal Maiden. But instead, this is leaving, you know, your CK is up top side alone. Benjaz clearly not liking being alone with this Ember Spirit. So Infamous, I like this turn for them, right? If you're trying to take this game number 2, laning stage is a really nice way to just take Ravens out of it for a little bit, because we saw laning stage last time, very good for them.
But not so much this game. As Kara also, yeah, he loses his life as well. And I mean, we saw like Oscar was, you know, he was getting half the CS that Benjaz was, but he is leading him right now. And Infamous coming off looking really hot in the lane phase right now. I'll be honest, I didn't see that coming at all. You know, we had Mars Snapfire. That's a dangerous lane right there. We have you know, CK is also a very strong laner. You put him up with a silencer, you think you might be able to get something going But no, it's 3 kills for Infamous, 2,000 gold advantage right now. Particularly the mid lane is the biggest one here. And the style for
That's
Ravens also
astonishing to me,
changed
yeah.
quite a bit.
Bot side looks like a little bit
Yeah,
of
we
harass,
saw-
but yeah, I'm terribly surprised about that mid lane, right? Like mid lane, Batrider has seemed, especially in SA, like you don't play against it. Right? It gets banned out in the second phase. You're simply not allowed. Instead, this time, maybe an unfortunate change there, but the cookie, Split Earth is already hit. Benja trying to get away here. Even a dodge on the Scatter Blast. Remnant, maybe not enough damage, but the lightning is slow. And just a little bit more Benja's into the trees here, but the ulti from Slaughter, the Nova will do the damage, and it's a double kill for the Leshrac here. So not only is the CS all in favor, but also now 4,000 net worth as you get to just 8 minutes on the Disco Pony. That is a net worth that you don't see very often at all in the mid lane.
No, and Sladam's, he's playing completely different than game 1. Remember game 1 he took the Tusk? That's a very tempo type of hero. You gotta run around the map making space. Here's on the Leshrac. Yes, you can also put a lot of pressure and you have way more better tower damage, but you also scale into the late game, which Tusk doesn't. Qatar went from the Naga Siren to the Ember Spirit, so he's way more interested in fighting, making space around the map. He's going for that early item build with the Orb Corrosion. Oh, he might be going to the grave as well.
Okay. Maybe you got this one. They've got a Remnant away here. Ember 1. Remnant still has 2 more, but not enough mana just yet. Looks like they will give up on it. And yeah, no, nice spear, nice setup. Just missing a little bit of damage there to take down the Ember Spirit. And meanwhile, Smoke Up, while you tried to make a move on the enemy pause 1, your pause 1 is in a bit of danger. And well, ulti available won't change anything here from Oscar. Just another way that they can clear these illusions. And yeah, Dodd going down. It's just death on death all around here. And honestly, like we've seen last time, we said, hey, the early game for Ravens is very nice. You have a Leshrac and an Ember Spirit on your team right now. These are typically earlier focused heroes than say a Naga Siren or something that you may see in one of these DPC games. So do you think that they will eventually fall off to this one with facing against the Batrider CK really? Or is this just going to be something they can truly take into the late game because of the hero matchups?
I still think that Ravens is strong late game, but you have to remember that in this time they have way more tower damage on Infamous thanks to the Leshrac, right? Like you can use Edict, you can bring those buildings out very quick. The Roche potential is also not that bad because you have the little bit coming out from the gush. So I do think that Infamous can play a little faster. We'll see, and that's going to be something that Ravens has to be worried about. It's like you guys can play faster. We have superior late game, but it won't matter if you guys are hitting our axes at 25 minutes.
I will say, like the Roshan in this one, surely we're not going to be waiting for 20 or 25 minutes for this one. Looks like mid lane though denied the regen rune, so trying to take something away from this Leshrac, but Slanum, he'll still walk away with something. Already 2 kills, and the arena from Benjaz. Do you have the surrounding damage to finish this one off? Because Slanum is ready to turn this one back on the Mars. Another stun, even Oscar getting involved here. It's a triple kill for the Leshrac so early in this game. Only 10 minutes in, and 4 heroes are sitting on the bench right now for Ravens.
That was not even really using Ravage, by the way. He didn't even use it. He just walked in, and he's like, oh, hey, guys, what's up? The arena, I think, was only on slabs. I think he was trying to catch MJZ, but MJZ got, like, a full freezing field off in that fight. He was completely unbothered by it, and oh, man, it is real tough. Because, again, now Ravage comes out.
Oh, and there it is. Just turn around pretty easy. We'll call it 5 then. And another self-pause. Last time was the Mirana, this time the Batrider. Yeah, you gotta say pain, right? It doesn't matter what it was. Yes. You say, hey, guys, I TP'd mid and I instantly died. My ping is rough, right? Let me fix that up.
Yeah, his ping went down, and also we need to get him a new keyboard at the same time, But look, the MJC was able to get such a good freezing field off the whole time, which is just absolutely wild.
Yeah, it's like so much damage, and as you said, like they held off on the Ravage, able to turn it right around on that Batrider. And as you can see, the banner here that we have for Bet Boom, click on the banner below the stream. So that you can get your bets in with Bet Boom. And I believe production, what's that promotion again?
I think it's 100% off. You get 100% on your first deposit, so that's nice. That's pretty decent for you. Dude, I am worried about Ravens right now, man. I am. You look at it and you think, oh, Pepe should be taking off right now on the Bat Rider, but he is not. He's 200 gold away from the Booster Strap, but he just died back to back to and Slab is 2,000 gold ahead of him. That's absolutely insane.
It's so much. You don't expect it out of this lane again. Like Bat Rider is the staple of SA. I'll keep on this. Like I rarely ever see the Bat Rider have this rough of a time because of everything that it's supposed to be doing in the lane. It's just punishing. It's abusing. It's annoying. It's everything that you hate playing against. So. And when you get into this game, right, you have the Tide Hunter that you just don't want to lasso because that can get purged off almost immediately. And this Nyx Assassin is going to make it so you don't even get on top of these heroes. I'm lassoing a Crystal Maiden, all right? I'm taking the all 800 HP that she has. I'm dragging her back into my base, and I'm hoping that I don't get stunned by the time that I get there.
Hey, she's dead, isn't she? What do you guys want? She was alive, I took care of the problem. Well, one ultimate for that hero seems pretty good for me. And speaking about it, you're right. Like the hero has been picked 5 times in the South American DPC so far. Won 4 of them. So the region knows how to play the hero. They're very comfortable with their Bat Rider. But in this game, Nyx, Tide Hunter, Ember Spirit, these are the heroes that can make it very difficult for you to just lasso someone and run away.
And
Silence doesn't even have global yet, by the way. It's not like he's like
you have silence. You just press silence. It doesn't matter. But man, he's level 5. That's rough.
It's not like he's level 5 and he's like a 5 3/4. He's 5 and like a sliver of yellow. Like he's a low 5. And Dismar, he's gonna go underground. That's how low he's gonna be right now.
6 feet under there for the Snapfire, and well, 6,000 net worth lead. 12 to 3, so just 10 more kills for Infamous, and we've got ourselves a game.
I mean, I think Raven's gonna get a couple of kills. I think we're gonna get the legendary number, the one we all hope for in every game. No, I don't think so. I mean, Benjaz is doing what he can. This one, here we go. Come on, guys.
There we go. They got one. Slide and Shirley dies here. Shirley, all right. There you go. Okay. Well, unfortunately, now we need 8 more kills for Infamous.
Interesting, but you see that Ember Spirit's going to go for the Battlefield build. This is rare. Oh my God, that.
Okay. Yeah. It looks like there is a silence out, so Don will survive. It seems like that Battle Fury is to deal with the illusions. They also have a Tide Hunter and a Leshrac. So I'm unsure if they really need to deal with the illusions that much on Kataro, but I do like kind of itemizing that. If no one else is giving you any danger in this game, right? You're just kind of like freely farming and fighting against everybody else. And yeah, sure, itemize for the carry, all right? That's going to be their one last hope, right? Benjaz goes down bottom. Katara's able to get a little bit more gold towards that. So I'm not too upset with it, even though there already are like 2 other counters to the illusions in this game.
Yeah, I mean, I see the point, right? Like, Maelstrom is another option. It's a lot cheaper, but Battle Fury, I guess... It's just interesting, right? It takes me way back, so I'm like, oh my God, it's a Battle Fury Ember Spirit. What? We haven't seen this in like 7 years, But there it is. He's gonna go for it. If there's a game to pick it, it's this one for sure.
Yeah. What did it used to be? What, Battle Fury, Daedalus? I don't think people fit into Maelstrom because you're going like all physical and not necessarily procs, right?
By the way, Leshrac also has he's got the Bloodstone, so he is ready to fight. He is, you just press that and that's it. Well, does Ravens have enough burst damage forward? They do have a decent amount from the Mars as well as the CK, but it's still very risky for you to jump on the Leshrac if he's got that Bloodstone off.
Yeah, right. I feel like if he's allowed to press Bloodstone while the ult is going, I suppose, right? You do have from the arena to the connection of the spear, you have to press R, Bloodstone, and maybe a Maledict for good measure. But 2 buttons before the arena sphere hits, I don't think is that impossible.
In the meantime, though, for Ravens, it just sort of it doesn't seem like they're very intent on taking a fight right now. They're 6,000 gold behind. They can probably feel that the pressure's on them, so they're just they're okay with just farming their map. But it's a bit scary because you're up against Slade's Nyx Assassins, very similar to something like what we see with Ricky, where you find someone, you're able to do 3 Sleeping Dart. That's what he does with Dismar.
Yeah, and Dismar probably one slide away. Oh no, it looks like they won't contest for it. You can feel that you're behind. Oh, bot side, infamous. All right, well, MJZ likely falls here. That's +2 for the silencer, right? We do have a glaives leveled up. Please tell me we have glaives leveled up. Yes, all right.
Yes.
We got +6 here. And yeah, top side, a little bit of danger as well for Pippi. I was gonna say, you can tell that you're down right now for Ravens because your Bat Riders and dive into tier 2, getting a kill on someone and running away for free. That's usually whenever you see that the Bat Rider truly is a menace on the map. We are not feeling the Bat Rider fit right now.
Yeah, and seeing that they have to use like an arena to bring down the Crystal Maiden, because MJZ almost made out of that situation alive, you know, like he wasn't really sweating. It was like, oh, I think I can make it. The guy's like, oh well, I guess I died. Unfortunate, but he almost survived that engagement. Will they be able to find the Nyx Assassin here? Protection?
The Nyx
Anyone?
Assassin is doing
Anyone?
everything that you need
There
right
we go.
now. Yeah, they use the dust with this where they're like, okay, we've already broken 3 smokes, and Slotted stayed around. Clearly we're in danger. Everybody run away, and they will lose the silencer here. Silence not even used, has the buyback if they need to use it. MJZ, oh, they're actually going to use everything they can to find the Bat Rider. Spear will connect, but your Bat is still dead. 2 go down. Infamous just running amok on this map. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like we're going to keep seeing why this Nyx Assassin was a fantastic pick. Not only are you countering 2 heroes on the enemy team, maybe even a little bit more when you think about it, but at least the Bat Rider and the Snapfire, but also now these smoke moves are just instantly popped. You just sit on a high ground Vendetta,
Yeah.
all of a sudden no one knows where to go, and they didn't even know where the Nyx Assassin was by the time they found out. Everybody on Infamous was already in tow, and you weren't able to take that fight on Ravens.
Avid's not playing as Chris. I feel like they're playing kind of lost this game, honestly. Like that smoke move that you were just highlighting. Firstly, the smoke broke before, I think, on Dot. He was walking up, the smoke broke on him, and he's like, okay, guys, someone's there. Then the smoke breaks on Benjez, and no one's thinking, oh, let's just just use our dust. Let's see if he's there. Oh, did they not have sentries? Not a single sentry was planted in the area either. Ravens a little uncoordinated right now. They're suffering for it. You know, 2 of their cores they're still ahead of the Nyx Assassin, but not much longer if this keeps up.
No, not at all. And another smoke gonna get broken by Slot, and
There
they drop
we
the sentry
go.
down. This time they will find him, yeah, but you gotta... Oh, don't do this. Don't let him get away. All right, cool. Cookie, they will get the kill. Just another time where all of a sudden, like, you commit this smoke, all you get is the Nyx Assassin, but if they can make it into the Roach Pit, right? They can surely sense that this is happening. Their bot wave isn't pushed in that much. No one's showing top, no one's showing mid. Unless they're all huddled up in the jungle singing together, they may be going after Roche.
Look at that. There's a D ruin bottom for Infamous, and you're like, well, I mean, Ember Spirit can take that, but it doesn't help you much against Roche, right? It's like, helps you be able to use your Slide of Fist more effectively. CK, he's got the BKB, and I think I saw PP is very close to it as well. He's only the recipe away. It's about 700 gold. He should have it. Benja is also going for the BKB, although he is really far. He only just got his Blink Dagger recently. So once we get those BKBs up, Infamous Lamp was a lot less scared because they have nothing that goes through BKB. Like Ravens can just BKB, they will have free reign for a few seconds to just bring someone down, then take the fight, and hopefully come back into this game.
More and more I think about it, I'm really with Sherlock that I can't believe that Lifestealer and Juggernaut were both banned out by Ravens. I understand they have the Mars, right? They also have the 23 pick, so I feel like they could have like banned one, picked the other. Instead, we are seeing that, like, because he banned out these heroes with an innate BKB, Tide Hunter also looked really good, especially versus the Illusion. So Don having to pick it up here. The BKB is popped. We're gonna see why it's so good. Already slotting down, and just the immediate TP away. Kara may also fall on the silencer, trying to TP out of this one, but the chains won't find him, so Slotsum is godlike with that one, but they did manage to trade 1 for 1, force a lot of TPs into the bot side of the map, and maybe you can call that one an even trade for Ravens.
It's also the first BKB usage though, right? Like you were hoping to debut that and win a big team fight, but instead you get a kill on the Nyx Assassin who, to be honest, he earned that. Like the Ravens like, you've been a thorn at our side. We are happy to bring Sladin down, but you know, you're hoping to get something a little more substantial. But it's fine, you know, a kill is a kill. For now, for Ravens, they're going to take anything they have. They have to avoid fights though. They're up against a Let's Strike with Aegis, arguably one of the best heroes to have an Aegis on, right? Like You can get all the Pulse Nova off, you die, you come back full mana, full life, and you're like, let me go round 2 for Pulse Nova. Nobody can really survive that.
Oh man,
Yeah,
what a
Ravage
blink
poor
through,
guy.
and the splitter, then to the Ravage! I mean, it just doesn't get better than that. Look at it, from Infamous, 2 gone, and just with a quick jump behind the tower. In an instant, you've lost 2 of your heroes.
They gotta kill us, lady, but again, it's like I said, it's perfect. The Slotums is having an amazing game. It seems like Infamous is just more comfortable with this draft. Ravens, I'll say it again, they look a little bit lost. Like, they just do not look like they're on the same page as they were in game 1, right? Maybe it's because Infamous is just playing a lot better. Maybe it's because, you know, their emotions got too much. Remember that? They got too emotional after game 1. See if what this is gonna be able to do here. Nice cookie. Will they kill Kara at least?
Oh. Lotus Orb already out here, so yeah, they will get themselves a Crystal Maiden. And yeah, I mean, there's a very big difference between Game 1 and Game 2 and how the draft already started. Again, the Broodmother available on 5-pick. I'm not, I guess, disgruntled about how they took it. I really like their pickup on the Batrider into the Ember Spirit, but that was a way that you were playing the game. I think what Pepe already said it. You beat them with it. Make them give an answer to it. You just gave them a draft in game number 1 that they were like, I don't know how to handle this. And you went into game number 2, you could have picked the exact same draft. You're like, all right, let's switch it up. I have an idea. I mean, did you really need to do that? I feel like you were going to game 1.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't know the dynamics with the team, right? Like what is happening, but as viewers and as casters, when you look at it, you're like, well, the Broodmother looks really unstoppable. You had it, and they had 2 choices. They had first pick, and they took the Snapfire. Then they had, you know, the 4th pick. The last pick in the first phase, but they're like, no, we still don't want it. We still decided it's not good enough for us. It's a head scratcher, you know.
Well, so, I mean, they got a long ways to go to come back in this one. And now Slottum, another kill. I mean, this Leshrac is just blinking across the map, killing your teammates, and you have no answer to it right now. This Batrider feels like should be leading the charge. Will's starting a bit of a fight here with the Firefly. They use one of his kisses as well. Oscar, no ulti to use just yet, but with the BKB pop from Dodd, it looks like they're just going to escape again. Slottum has shown up. They get a kill on Kara, and well, it looks like there will be one more here. The poor old Snapfire gonna get taken down as well, and well, all you got was a Crystal Maiden for 3 heroes on Ravens.
By the way, you know, people are talking about KDA stats and, you know, who's gonna get KDA. Slottum is currently 15-1-4. That is pretty damn amazing. And well, this might be something for them. Can he get him down so close? Oh, one more crit would have done it. But Slottum is like, no, don't touch my carry.
No. Not like this! The silence is out, but the Ravage will just totally nullify it. Ben Jazz in his own arena has to run away, and Slottum won't let you get away so easily. Kara will do whatever they can, but the Spike Carapace is too much, and Slottum willing to go even further and further. This Aegis makes him feel unstoppable right now, and man, that is when you truly feel a gold lead in this game. Just like a sliver of HP away from killing that Ember Spirit, and then you also die on the return. It's just, that feels so rough.
Yeah, I hope production shows us a replay of that, but Kara's dead again. Oh no, he's not. Okay, that's nice. I was like, he's definitely dead. But Slabs does use the Aegis, comes back with full resources. Because did they have Global Silence when CK jumped in? Because that could have definitely got the kill if the Global Silence was available. But
yeah,
because it came out right after, so one of the makes you think.
Oh, they're gonna make something happen here. BKB from Pippe, and well, Lasso, it's double Lasso with the Lotus Orb. Good timing there from Infamous. Now they will cancel the freezing field, and they do kill Slottum. So maybe they can actually turn this one back around. They'll lose Dismar. Gataro's still on the run, and well, you got to back out of this one. The Arcane Curse is starting to really stack up here. Able to use, I believe that is an illusion room to get out. But now, well, you're going to lose yourself a CK. They bought back on the Snapfire, but you're already getting ran down in your base from Ravens, and Oscar just not ready to stop yet.
By the way,
that's actually a Manta from Kataro. Okay.
It's which is great because when you have a BKB against Silencer, anytime a Global Silence comes out, you always have to think, do I want to commit it or not? Because sometimes, Global Silence comes out, people jump at you from nowhere, and you're like, I should have BKB'd, but Manta has no commitment cost. The cooldown is much lower, and as well as it doesn't get worse. So good kill on Slatoms, but it was not a cheap kill.
No,
they do keep their axes alive,
not at
though,
all.
which is the most important part. Although we do have a fight here, they're going for the Nyx Assassin. Can they get a kill here? It looks like we might be losing PP again in the actual game right now. Oh man, Pepe, he has not had a game of Bat Rider.
And the double chains as well into the blink. You gotta tell you, this has been one of the most active Lestraks with that blink dagger, and you're gonna lose yourself a Rax here. 29 to 11, 14,000 net worth lead, and Don, unsure of how you're gonna take this one back as a CK, because I think you may be a little bit past your time to dominate this game.
You know, sometimes when you watch games like this, where it really does feel like it's a one-sided stomp. You're like, what can I say that sounds smart that Ravens can do to come back? And you're like, not much, you know, because you can't really split push. You know, you're up against Ember Spirit and a Nyx Assassin and a Boost of Travel Leshrac. So it's not like you can go anywhere on the map and you're like, they can't catch me. It's like, no, they have vision in a lot of places and they got very mobile heroes. You can't take team fights because the enemy team is kicking your ass the whole time. So how exactly this Ravens falls? It's like it's only Infamous has to make a mistake. There's no other way other than Infamous makes a mistake, then Ravens can come back.
Yeah, it's high ground throws. I used to have a bit that I did with some of my older co-casters where I always casted from Dota TV. So I'd be like, you know, I'm getting out of the game here. I'm checking in my Dota client. I'm seeing that they actually end up losing this game. We're in the lobby for game 2. How did they come back? You know, do something like that. You know, for some like ridiculous scenario, right? Because then it also has to be in like the next 5 minutes with the Dota delay. But yeah, no, it's so hard, right? They're going up the high ground. High ground throw doesn't even seem like that powerful, right? Because there's a Tide Hunter sitting up front. That is not an easy kill for anyone in this game. And Slotted already knee deep in your base, finding the Bat Rider on the back line and killing him instantly. There's no buyback on the Bat. They will be able to take down Slotted, but Oscar trying to beef up for this one. As soon as the BKBs are gone, he'll turn around with the Ravage, stunned up, and here it is. CK, Mars, and all the stuns in the world. They'll both fall here, and well, your supports surely can't take this one on because Dismar about to get chased down. Silencer finding a home back in his fountain, and at this point, the only question is whether or not we'll see it called now or when they get Megas.
I mean, they have the tier 2 top lane. And a reminder, this is the relegation match, right? So Ravens, I don't know if they're going to be able to call because it's your last chance. You know, I mean, you know, if you lose this one, yes, you still have one more game left but you're going to go 1-1. So there's a tiny 1% chance to win this game. Ravens might be playing it to the bitter end. What is their win percentage? Is it 1%? Is it? It is in fact 1%, by the way. So it can happen, but oof.
It's a hard one. I mean, I think the biggest mountain to climb isn't necessarily the Leshrac. You can see in this replay with silence and the physical damage, like Dob did it. They got that kill pretty easily. Now Oscar is one mammoth of a man. Look at that watermelon. You don't kill him very easily.
By the way, Kotaro and Oscar both haven't died yet this game. You know, they have gone unkilled. They are Oscar 4-0, Kotaro 8-0, and of course they got tons of assists to their names as well, 15 and 14 respectively. So yeah, I mean, we're giving Slatoms props and he deserved them for sure. But the other two cores they've also had an outstanding game.
I tell you what, Slotted has made this game look so good on the Bat Rider now. Oh, maybe a bit in the river here. And JZ, you are correct. That is a BKB from the Crystal Maiden. And that is the CK running away from the BKB of the Crystal Maiden. Now there is an arena on the other side. Mars is BKB trying to make something happen with 3 in the arena, but he's actually getting chased out again. The Bat Rider hasn't been able to commit for anything just yet, and his offlaner and his Pulse 4, well, they're already gone. So the Bat Rider is just trying to escape from this one. Will get the TP away, maybe. No. Adios. And they won't even leave on the Bat Rider. CK the only one to escape, and Kotaro just baiting around with it. They're playing with their food right now for Infamous, and they'll turn it into a Roshan kill, surely, unless they just want to go right up the high ground.
They have to go through a tier 2, so Infamous, it's like that, they're just say, let's just go throne, right? It's like they don't even want to go for mega creeps right now. and it just goes, oh, they force out the glyph here, and GG just called. You know, that DP is like, nope, this has not been my game right now, and they are just calling it 38-13. Two cores have just absolutely, they didn't even got brought down once, Kotar or Oscar. Infamous looked insane this game, and Ravens, not the clean performance that we saw in game 1, honestly.
I think there's a lot to be desired. Again, like we've talked about it enough. I guess that draft is perplexing for everybody here, and why maybe they didn't go to the tried and true. But also, I really like a key part of why they won this game on Infamous, the lane swap and the role swaps. Right, you had this Ember Spirit that was probably going mid early, now shifted over to the Pause 1, and surely, I mean, Ravens didn't see it coming. They picked up this CK thinking that they were just going to be laning against, maybe a Leshra, or maybe they weren't really sure what was happening in the offlane role. But this Tidehunter coming out at the end with the Lifestealer and the Juggernaut banned out, something that kind of makes that game not free, but a little bit better for yourself. Just really tied out this draft, I think, with the Tidehunter from Infamous Gaming. So I think they played the draft very well for themselves, very happy with what they did. Game number 1, that could have felt really bad for them, right? A game that maybe you go in and you assume that you should have been the one to come out with that victory. So I like how they came in game 2. I think this is just an entire outright win for them. No part of this game was left to be desired from the Infamous side.
Yeah, but you mentioned the role swap. It also felt like the way they were playing, like just the whole way they played. The mid laner suddenly their win condition was their carry suddenly the Space Maker, and Slidine as well on the Nyx Assassin, by the way. Just breaking smokes, breaking ankles. The spike carapace made so hard because just like, when you jump in, the global science stops your aggression. Spike carapace does the same. If Barry wants to jump in, catch someone, he's like, oh, there's a spike carapace. It's annoying. You got by. Then there's impale after, and Pepe Slams just really ran over him in the mid lane. He was like 2,000 gold ahead of him at the 10-minute mark. So Infamous looked fantastic. And I'm glad we're going to 3 games, by the way. I don't want a 2-0 stomp because, again, the loser is relegated. The winner has a chance. So I'm glad we're going 3 games. I want both teams to fight for their lives all the way to the end. So game 3 looking going to be pretty crazy between these two.
Yeah, we have a lot of questions for game number 3, right? Are we going to see the Broodmother again? All right, is that going to go through? Yes. Are we going to see some more fun drafts? Maybe we're going to see another lane win from Ravens. A lot of questions here, and they will all be answered after just a short break for us, and then we'll go back to the panel. So stick around because we have game number 3 right on the way.